questions remain. One day after that shootout in Garfield, we can tell you that dozens of officers who were involved are now off the street. They include 47 City of Pittsburgh officers, 12 Allegheny County police officers, and 16 Allegheny County Sheriff's deputies. Police say those officers will be evaluated after their involvement in that highly charged situation yesterday. They'll likely be off the streets for several days. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ken Rice.
And I'm Christine Sorensen. The gunfire on Broad Street has long since ended, but the disbelief coming from neighbors is loud and clear. Erica Moke spoke to those neighbors and got an up-close look at that damage. Erica.
Christine and Ken, yesterday we were telling you just the amount of gunfire that was exchanged yesterday, and you were able to see in that video the damage left behind at that row house, showing you just how intense this standoff was. You can see behind me that home has since been boarded up. But right now on this street, you can see neighbors are out and about. They are alongside city leaders assessing the damage from those bullets, like what you can see right here on this house, evidence of bullets whizzing by. Neighbors told me yesterday they felt like they were in the middle of a war zone brought on by a man that they barely knew.
Good morning, sir. How's your day?
I'm Mike Balsamo. I'm the U.S. law enforcement editor for the Associated Press. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office has released a mugshot of former President Donald Trump, who surrendered to authorities after being indicted in Atlanta in connection with an indictment that charged him and several of his associates with trying to subvert the results of the 2020 presidential election. This is a historic moment in American history. It's the first time that a booking photo has been released of a former president, and Donald Trump is the first former president to be criminally charged. And this is the first time, despite 4 separate indictments, that we are seeing a booking photo, a mugshot of the former president. The process in Georgia is different because in New York and in federal court in Florida and in Washington, D.C., Trump surrendered just before he saw a judge for an arraignment in those cases. As part of that booking process, the Secret Service wanted to get him in and out of those buildings.
Don and Karen Swinney's home has been pretty much running non-stop for the last week, as you might imagine. What is eventually going to happen is a power bill they might not be expecting. Due to health issues, Don says he needs it to be about 70 degrees in his Raytown home. To help keep it that way, he and his wife bought their AC unit about 4 years ago.
In the summertime, normally we will run the AC obviously all the time, but it doesn't kick on near as often as it has been the last week.
Don is far from alone. AC units are hard at work all over the area. The Metro United Way has received 1,600 calls for financial assistance for utility bills to its 211 helpline in the last couple weeks. And more calls are expected once people start receiving their next bills covering this week's brutal heat. The United Way's Karen Moshik says most people who call for help have jobs.
So these are folks that do have a paycheck coming in.
The Wagner chief and 9 others were listed as passengers. The video on your screen showing the exact moment it happened. Watch this.
Пилотник. Сбили, бабахнуло в 2 раза, взорвалось, падает. Ты посмотри, падает. Пилотник. Сбили, бабахнуло в 2 раза, взорвалось, падает. Ты посмотри, падает. Пилотник. Сбили, бабахнуло в 2 раза, взорвалось, падает. Ты посмотри, падает.
So where exactly did the plane crash? Reports say slightly north of Moscow, somewhere in the Tver Oblast. It was en route St. Petersburg from Moscow, but could not complete its journey. Have a look at these images now. They are from a flight radar website. They show an unidentified plane flying in northwest Russia and then suddenly disappearing from the screen north of Moscow. Have a look at this image now. This is apparently the plane that crashed, the Embraer Legacy 600. It is an executive jet which has recorded only 1 accident in its 20 years of service, that too due to mistakes by the crew rather than a technical failure. So what was it this time?
Climate change, lads, it's a hell of a thing. It knows where all of the multi-million-dollar mansions are in a stunning thermodynamic event over here. You've got a situation where this entire town has been obliterated. It has melted into the fucking sea. Magma couldn't have done this amount of destruction to this place, but somehow, seemingly, Oprah Winfrey's mansion and the tunnels below it. Totally conspiracy theory, by the way. And all of her best buds over here, all of their mansions, totally fine. All of these sons of bitches with a middle finger to the climate change